Peace and power to the family. You know what I'm saying? Black people all over the world. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to, welcome everybody, man, you know, to the culture of our God and the reality of our existence. Excuse the background here. But just very briefly, I just wanted to go live because, we are in 2023, Black History Month, and we have a very shameful activity taking place, when it comes to disinformation, about how hip hop rules the world. Like, we seed fathers. And in case you don't know who the we is, I'm talking about, I'm talking about the black gods. I'm talking about the 5%. I'm talking about the nation of gods and earths who actually are the seed fathers of hip hop. And for any visual public service program about hip hop that deletes the history of the 5%ers, of the gods and earths, who actually are the primary foundational youth movement, who actual fact are responsible as the seed fathers of hip hop. And no KRS-One, no Chuck D can deny us that, but you did. I was patient. I watched the first part, super disappointed. I watched the second part last night, and again, you left us out the history. You showed a picture of Rakim with the flag on his back, but you didn't say his name. You quoted Lord Jamar in part 1, but you didn't quote him in the context of how important he is to how hip hop now rules the world. Chuck, I'm not sure if they told you to leave us out of the history. KRS-One, you always did that. I remember in your early history when you, my man, when you were homeless in the Port Authority, claiming that you got knowledge from the Hare Krishnas, and you got knowledge from the gods. Don't play, man. There could be no Zulu nation without the gods. Don't play. Before there was a culture called hip hop, before hip hop became a culture, y'all know the dominant culture in the streets was I, self, Lord, and Master. You know it. You know it. If you from Pelon, Mecca, Medina, the Desert, Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, everybody know New York is the city of the gods. How dare you talk about hip hop without mentioning us? We did our 50-year anniversary, and I'm talking about the 50-year anniversary of the 5% Nation of Gods and Earths in 2014. And we called on the pillars of hip hop to come together. And they did at the world famous Apollo Theater. And it was great. We took over New York City. How dare you not mention us? And I'm sending this challenge out right now. Any of y'all, where you think you got the square from in the B-boy stand? Where do you think you got Cypher from? Stop playing, man. I watched y'all show all the gangs. What are y'all, ashamed of the gods? We not ashamed. You think we not here? We still here. Y'all slipping. Chuck D, super disappointed in you. KRS-One, I expect that from you. You never wanted to acknowledge us. That's why I never liked that song that you tried to do about us. And I publicly came at you about it, even though brothers in my nation was like, oh, give him a pet. No. No. How dare you? The whole conscious movement in early hip hop centered around the fact that the most dominant black youth movement was the universal nation of gods and earths, 5%ers who, without question, ruled the streets. Every project in Medina, you couldn't go nowhere. Ask Russell Simmons without hearing Peace God. Look at all the early artists. You see, there was no dog language. We didn't use the N word. We didn't call out women the B word. Come on, man. Stop it. We made it clear the black man God and the white man's the devil. And he did something about that. He bought the majority of y'all so that he could flip the message from black kings and queens and beautiful black consciousness, where we describe the social ills of a 400-year enslavement and said that the white man was the evil who lived. He didn't want to hear that no more. So he paid y'all to change the channel. Headed for self-destruction. Y'all saw it coming, but you went with it anyway. Don't play with me. My name Born King Allah, and I'm telling you, y'all cannot get away with leaving out the 5% when you talk about how hip-hop changed the world. Now get at me. Peace.